Respect for yourself? Oh girl, they won't be able to tell you anything. They won't be able to touch you. Hey Fram, welcome back to another video. My name is Jordan. If you didn't know, I do go by Stashly Banks. That is the name of my blog, so check it out when you have some time. Here on my channel, we do discuss fashion, lifestyle, mental health, how to increase and grow your self-confidence, and so much more. So if that sounds like anything that you'd be interested in, you need to kick back, relax, let your finger hit the subscribe button, and possibly the thumbs up. Chill out with me as we discuss today's topic.
Y'all ready to settle down and get with this? You know, settle into this feeling? Because you know it's a lot of love here. Love.
So today's topic is a little bit more of me being vulnerable and literally being naked for y'all. Literally, that's how I be feeling. Like, I know it sounds funny, but I'm serious. I really feel like I get naked for y'all when I have these conversations. But I want to talk a little bit about my personal experience with body dysmorphia, as well give y'all a little bit of info about cognitive distortion in not layman's terms, but your homegirl's terms, because I am your homegirl. Now girl, if you aren't familiar with what body dysmorphia is, let me put it to you like this. Body dysmorphia is anything from buying clothes that could be too small for you because you think that you're still the same size you were 2 years ago, or it could be buying clothes extremely big because maybe you lost a lot of weight and you still think that you're a bigger size. Body dysmorphia could also be looking in the mirror and just simply being repulsed or not really concerned about what you see when you look in the mirror. Well, it could be a number of things. Some symptoms would kind of be like if you're overly obsessive with trying to fix something about your body. Things that could have led to body dysmorphia could be a lot. It could be things that happened to you in your childhood. It could just be your self-esteem issues. Well, there is no real cure for body dysmorphia, but there are ways to kind of like tame it and also get you back into a rhythm of like self-love, rediscovering who you are and appreciating your body more. So I want to tell you about also another mental health term, cognitive distortions. These are thoughts, girl, that just like are not really valid. Like there is no proof on these thoughts. A cognitive distortion would be something like they're probably over there thinking I'm so ugly. Like you really don't know, you right? They're like staring at you and you're thinking like they just think I'm so ugly, you know what I mean? But that's not the truth. Like it's just a belief that is not valid, but it continues to hover in your brain because it's just something that you keep telling yourself until you've believed that it is true. This is how I actually ended up recognizing that body dysmorphia and cognitive distortions kind of play and go hand in hand. So these cognitive distortions that are literally in your head can play with you when it comes to your body. If you go to the mirror and you're like, I hate this, I hate this, I hate that, I hate this, I hate that, and you're putting on clothes and you continue to heavily criticize yourself, you're gonna eventually allow those thoughts and what you say about yourself to control every little aspect of how you feel when you step outside of the house, when you're in front of people. It all comes into play. So the body dysmorphia that you are experiencing is because of a cognitive distortion about yourself that you've made yourself believe, right? Not everybody frowns upon people in a crop top, okay? I know that this is like, you go on the internet and you see somebody very confident living their best life, and then you go through the comments and you see one or two people, or you listen to your family members talking badly or your friends talking badly about somebody who's very confident and very much happy in their skin, and they are really loving how they look. And you guys might be the same size, but these people are complaining about that person living their life, right? So you go back and you look at yourself like, oh, I shouldn't do that because they're gonna think this way about me because I look just like her or I'm shaped just like her. When in all actuality, people like me are out there that like literally love people and like celebrate people that celebrate themselves and like have that type of love for themselves. But when you go and you believe what other people are saying to be truth, that's creating a cognitive distortion in your head that you're not good enough, or that something about you is not good enough to where you can't live the life that you want to live. When really, like, we have to stop looking at our bodies as like only physical things. Our bodies on the inside are functioning in ways that like allow me to talk to y'all right now, allow us to breathe, allow us to move. So your cognitive distortion about yourself and that little lump or bump that you have on your side. I talk a lot about like my love handles and like my big arms and like, you know, my fupa, things like that. I've had to literally look at and like be like, okay, it's there. And all you can do is love it how it is right now. That's all you can do. And it's easier said than done. And I will tell y'all this, I had to literally look. And this happened before I had initially lost a lot of weight. Pre-COVID or pre-pandemic, I lost about 40 to 50 pounds. And prior to losing that weight, I believe it was the end of 2018, where I finally like came to agreement with my mind and my body and was like, okay, we're one. You're working for me, so I'm gonna work for you. Like, I love you. And I had to keep saying it and repeating it every day. So this is just something that you can do. I'm giving you a suggestion. Look at yourself and stop pointing at all the things you don't like, and tell yourself you love the things. Like, literally talk to your fupa, talk to your big boobies, your, you know, your double chin, whatever it is that is throwing you off. Talk to it and speak it out loud and say, I love you, I appreciate you, you know, you are working for me so that I can work for you. And if there's anything that, you know, you want to fix, you can do that. But you can't be so focused on fixing that you lose sight of where you are right now. Living in the present is so important, and I think that everybody tells us to like look forward to this, look forward to that, or like remember when. Look at where you are now. You can't fix what was already done. Well, you can, but something that was already done, we can't really go back and fix it. But what we can do is focus on where we are now and progressing forward. And it's okay to look at the future, but don't look so far ahead that you're not present with the present. So your body and what it looks like now is really important to take note of and to love and to accept, so that you can be happy with yourself at every stage. If you're not happy with where you're at now, you're not going to be happy the next stage. So I want to tell y'all that when I did lose that weight, about 40 to 50 pounds, I'm back at the weight I was pre-pandemic. And like the other day, I almost let it get to me. So I had lost about the 40 to 50 pounds, okay? And I was very much, I won't say I was thin, because again, never been a thin girl, always been a thick girl, but I was very toned. I looked good. And I can remember just like always looking. Like, I'll go to the gym after a workout and like not be like, you look fine, girl, you look so good. I would instead pick with everything. I had no love handles at all, but I would still be sitting there like grabbing and being like, oh, I need to get rid of that, I need to tone this, I was still unhappy. I was happy whenever, like, you know, somebody complimented me, of course, like, but I couldn't see all the progress that I made because I was still stuck. But what got me to losing the weight was because I was able to love where I was in the moment. I didn't lose track and lose sight of where I was in the moment. I loved everything about Jordan at 200 and, I ain't gonna tell y'all right now, but 200 and pounds, okay? Which is where I'm at now. And I'm using this as an example because I want to tell you I'll come full circle. And I've had to, again, refocus the attention on, yes, you gained the weight back, and that is okay. I have to personally say that to myself. You've gained the weight back, that is okay. At one point, I went from ordering things too small because I was, when I was at this weight prior to losing the weight, I was ordering things too small because I couldn't believe I had gotten that big. Then when I lost the weight, it created another type of body dysmorphia and cognitive distortion that you're still that big. So I would order things way too big that I can now fit. So it's like it's coming full circle. In order to be the best you that you want to be, it is going to take you accepting you where you are right now. So the affirmations I was telling y'all about earlier, I know if you go to a therapist or if you go to anybody who seems like they know what they're talking about, or just in general, if you look on social media, a lot of people talk about affirmations. And I want to be clear in saying this, they work. Repeating something to yourself every day sounds silly. It definitely does. But if you're not hearing it often, who else is going to say it to you? That's something that nobody tells you. If you can't expect people to just compliment you all the time. If you need to love yourself more than outside people love you. You need to have more respect for yourself than the outside people have respect for you, because once you hit that boundary, the boundary of self-love and self-acceptance and respect for yourself, oh girl, they won't be able to tell you anything. They won't be able to touch you. You just start attracting like all that is for you once you realize that you are everything that you tell yourself that you are is what you are. Nobody other than God, nobody on this earth can tell you what you are and what you are not. Okay? If you feel sexy, you're sexy. Nobody can tell you anything different. Nobody should be able to, because everybody has an opinion. Not everybody thinks I'm attractive, but do I think I'm attractive? Yes. Am I okay with the fact that not everybody thinks I'm attractive? Yeah. And at one point in time, I was so insecure, cognitive distortion. I would tell myself that like, oh, I'm not as cute as her, so like let me hide. So for a long time, I didn't dress how I wanted to dress. I didn't, speak up a lot. I've always been very laid back. I'm still a laid back person, but I would tell myself like, they don't want to hear what you have to say because like you're not as important, or, you're not as cute as her. So like, just get in the back with different pictures, get in the back. And I was like this up until I graduated. No, not even way after I graduated college. I was 25 when I finally learned. And I know like people wonder why, and this is why I love like a seriously overconfident person. Conceited is a different thing, but a person that just like comes across as like they just love themselves and they're not worried about you, because I'm into me. I love people like that, because you might think something's wrong with him or her, but there's a reason why they're like that. Have you ever thought about that? And I used to be the same way, where I would look at somebody and be like, oh, I could never be like that. And I'm still not like super overly confident in front of people. I'm very humble, but at the same time, like if you ask me about me, I'm gonna tell you about me and what I can bring to the table. But I love looking at people that are overly confident and that are just kind of what people consider full of themselves, because I know what it took for them to get there. You can tell the difference between somebody who just always have been like that versus the person that like is so overly confident and full of themselves right now because they're into themselves, like because they had no choice but to be, because maybe they didn't hear it a lot, so they told themselves that, and now they're attracting that type of energy where people are like, you got it going on. You give me the vibes. People become comfortable with it. People have no choice but to accept you the way that you are when you accept yourself and realize you are everything that you want to be. It's within you. It's already there. It doesn't need to be created. None of that. Whatever you want to be, you are. So look at yourself. The affirmation, they work. Look at yourself every day. And I promise you, within a month of you telling yourself, I'm beautiful, I'm confident, I got this, you're gonna be beautiful, confident, and you're gonna get this. Okay? You're gonna go on the job, you're gonna strut, you're gonna have a new feeling about yourself. Have you done anything to step outside of the box? I remember my friend Kia, if you're watching this, I love you so much. I remember I told her one time to like do something different. Like if you wanna I think we were talking about looks and like what she wanted to do with her looks, like as far as like how she was dressing and stuff. And I think she like ended up wearing getting dressed for work and like putting on a red lip, which is something that she didn't usually do, but it was refreshing to her, and she literally felt so like rejuvenated and hyped up. And like I think it takes little things like that. I mean, that's how I started, right? I couldn't have, girl, 4 years ago, I would never, because I had gotten bigger and I was uncomfortable and like I just didn't want to be seen, and like it was just, they're gonna look at me and like I'm not good enough to wear that, and like it won't fit me right, and like it just, I would tell myself these things and it would never be truth. Because now that I wear stuff like this and I don't look like I'm timid and scared to wear it, now people are like, where did you go? You're doing that, you're wearing that, you're like, and I don't need the compliments. I don't need the compliments from other people because I feel satisfied internally by how I feel about myself when I put it on. I don't let things wear me, I wear the things. I don't let people tell me what I can do anymore because I know what I'm capable of, because I can look at myself and tell myself, yes, this is gonna be hard. Yes, I'm freaking afraid, but I can do it. Because I'm telling myself that I can do it. I'm telling myself that, you know, I look good. I'm okay. I gained the weight back. So what? I'm okay. If I never heard another person give me a compliment, I would be okay. Because I'm getting all that I need from myself first before I can expect it from anyone else. Remember that you attract everything that you are. And I know that that's something so elementary that you hear from your parents and teachers and stuff like that when you're younger, in high school, whatever the case may be, but it's true. The older I've gotten, I've seen, especially when dating, and I just need to do a series with dating, but I've noticed that the more that I grow and the more confident in myself that I am, I attract that type of man. And I also like wean off the men that know that like I deserve more, because I know I deserve more than the bare minimum. And the only way I've gotten here was making mistakes. You're making mistakes too. Everybody makes mistakes, but it's up to you to pick it up and realize that it's just that, it's a mistake. So I realized that we started this with body dysmorphia, but I really wanted to focus on that because and make that the leading topic, because I want to tell you how your brain is wired when it comes to that. It's a cognitive distortion. And if you take anything away from this video, girl, no, you can train your brain to get out of the rhythm of believing what it's trying to tell you, especially when it's negative. You're beautiful, you're loving, you're kind, you are worth so much more than you give yourself credit for. You will have everything that your heart desires plus more, and you can do anything that you put your mind into. Those are some starter affirmations, and I suggest you use them as soon as you get off this video. With that being said, I really hope this helps somebody today. I love doing sit downs like this because it reminds me and puts me back in my place as well. And I think that a lot of people need to hear this, especially because we live in a world where if you're not like this or not like that, then where are you? You're just kind of a part of the crowd, which is not the case. You're special just like everyone else. I love y'all so much. If you need me, you know what to do. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think. Also, hit me up on social media at Sashley Banks. I will talk to y'all in the next video. Bye. Prince Ashley Banks, sir. Call me AI, sir. I'm the answer.